Happy cloudy day, everybody, from Culture Cowboy. We're behind the store one more time. Today we're going to talk about belts. I know this looks a little crazy, but ain't it pretty on my little trim waist right now? Anyways, when we think about belts, some of you might be thinking about putting on the belt, part of the armor of God, truth and justice, that sort of stuff. Some of you might think about the skies. There's a belt of Orion up in the sky I learned as a Boy Scout. And it would help us with directions and which way was south, north, east, west, that sort of stuff. There are lots of metaphors and things about belts that you could do. But what I want to talk today about is holding up your britches. Sometimes when we're working hard, we get a little sweat, the jeans start falling off. It's important to have something to hold them suckers up so we won't be embarrassed. I know you've seen pictures on YouTube, videos where it's a little bit embarrassing here at the rear end. Don't want my customers to have to deal with it. So anyways, leather belts. Culture Cowboy has a tremendous variety of belts. We would have took the picture inside, but you can't see the belts for the belts. Hopefully they'll show up a little better here. There are all kind of belts. I'm going to step in front of them. Some cowboy belts come with beadwork on them. In the beadwork, you've got billeted ends, and it's trimmed with leather so that all the beads kind of stay in place like they should. Beautiful belt, hand tool, nice iron. Here we have one and number two of probably our best-selling golf course belt. These things look fancy enough and pretty enough to wear on a course anywhere. They're smaller, kind of a fashion for that area. Fit through any dress pant, look good. Next we have big man's belt. This is not the largest belt we carry, but it's pretty substantial. As you can see, it goes on forever. If you've got trouble finding a belt that fits you, we've got the leather. As long as they make cows, we can get belts. For some of us, we like a little meaning on our belt. This one has the 3 crosses, reminds you of Jesus, reminds you of his salvation, what he did for us. Whatever you might like, come by Culture Cowboy. Let's talk about what we could do for your hobby, for your fun, or the thing you want to say on the back of your belt. Some belts are cut wider than others. This one that I'm showing here goes to like 2 inches. It comes back down to 1.5 inches. This will make a fine gun belt or a tool belt or something that'll hold with a clip. When I'm wearing it, it's plenty wide, but it's not going to make it for work. These little pretty things will fall right off if you start hammering on them and nailing that kind of thing. There are basic belts. And again, you can find these in other stores, but can you find them out of real leather? Now, while we're talking real leather, I just want to talk a little bit about what leather is. When you're dealing with leather, and you see a belt that says genuine leather, what I want you to know is genuine leather is pretty much shredded, reconstituted, the fleshy area of the bottom sides of leather or other pieces and scraps. They grind them all up, they glue them back together in a sheet. That's genuine leather. Then there's top frame leather and smooth leather. That's what these are. This smooth area is actually where the hair comes off the cow. And you'll find a flaw or two on there because cows hit barbed wire, cows horn each other, cows do things that cows do to each other. So the natural scars are considered part of the beauty of the belt. But we do try to minimize those things. Sometimes they might have a wax coating on top of them for protection and to kind of hide some of those natural scars and things that happen on the way. A leather belt, I'm sure you've had this experience. How many of you have put your belt through the holes and you come in the store and the belt's broken in half right here? What that comes from is a belt that was supposed to be done for nothing but looks and dress, and you wear it tight enough to make it hold your pants up. Typically, in the middle will be a foamy part or a piece of paper that's pressed together with 2 thin pieces of leather, and that has a tendency to tear. So when you're looking, if you've got a dress belt, be sure that the holes come all the way through and try to avoid the padded stuff if you're going to do any kind of pressure on the belt at all. Buckling. With the Western belts we carry at Culture Cowboy, we love to have the buckle ends snap on and off. reason being, sometimes we have a favorite buckle, a commemorative buckle, something happened. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3 to change out your buckle if that's what you need to do. As one of my rodeo announcers used to say, mighty handy, wouldn't you say? This belt is called scallop. Anytime you see the little in and out pieces like this, it's a scallop belt. And this one particularly has hand-platted rawhide for extra trim, along with the conchos. When you can, look for the conchos. It's got a screw back if at all possible. They do cost more, but these conchos can be reused on another belt when this one wears out. From time to time, what I like to do is to put a little fingernail polish on the screw and tighten it back in. That little bitty thing, and it will keep that screw from backing out on you. Just another tip from Culture Cowboy. I hope this has been just a good guideline to basic belts. Price ranges, belts are everywhere from about $30 and up for nice leather belts. And whether you want to wear them on the outside of your clothes like this, or whether you want them for look like this, either way's proper depending on what mood you're in. While you're here, there's a subscribe button. There's a bell you can ring. Get some notifications. Videos getting stronger and stronger, and we want to be a part of your life. We really do. Not to be intrusive, but just to be fun and happy. So, subscribe if you like. The channel's Cultured Cowboy on YouTube. Y'all enjoy.